the unfortunate reality that we all have to deal with when we want to become classical singers is that even according to teachers of classical singing, like 80% or 90% of what's out there is bullshit. Now, of course, they're always saying, like, they're always implying, oh, I'm one of the 10%. But if we look at what they all say about all of them, I mean, it should be easy to conclude that it's mostly bullshit. One of the normal signs that something must be bullshit is that a voice teacher or someone promoting a certain way of doing things will tell you that it works for everybody. That it's like, it's going to improve your singing no matter what. And when they're doing that, they're saying, I have the answers. But I'm saying, you don't even know what the questions are. And the sign of it is just look at most people who have a university degree in singing. And what they learned is classical singing pedagogy. I mean, like, a lot of times they're worse than the average person who isn't trained at singing at all. They know a few things, but it's harder to listen to them sing than the average person who might just sing with the radio in their car. But today, I'm going to talk to you about something I absolutely guarantee this will make you a better singer. No matter what style you sing, no matter what voice part you are, or anything like that. What kind of technique you use, who your teacher is, whether you have a voice teacher or voice teachers or coaches, it doesn't matter. This will help you absolutely. Within 45 days, you will notice a difference. All it involves is holding your breath. If you think about it, it's like, well, why would one solution, not work for everybody in singing? Some say it's because everybody's different. I don't say that. To me, the fact that we have techniques in the first place that can be passed from one person to another, that's because everyone is basically mostly the same. But the thing with singing is, you're dealing with a human being and not an instrument. Whereas there are some things you could fix about a guitar player that have nothing to do with the player. You just need to go and fix that guitar so that guitar performs the way it should. But the guitarist is fine. All you need to make this work is just some way to keep track of time. So a stopwatch. If you have a smartphone, then this is done. So you have all the equipment you need for this. So just follow along with me and I'll show you how to do it. First, you're going to exhale. Let's say like 2/3 of your air. So that you're not doing this on full lungs. Now that it's 2/3 out, you just hold your breath. Hold your breath as long as you can. When you get to the point where you feel super uncomfortable, now your job is to relax, calm down, and don't take one of these gigantic rescue panic breaths kind of thing. Slow it down. Gently inhale 2/3 of the way. And now exhale 1/3 of the way. Inhale 1/3 again. Exhale 1/3. And sort of don't take a full breath and don't exhale all the way. You're just going to keep your breath sort of in this middle zone. And now relax and just breathe normally. That's it. You do that 6 times a day for 45 days. And if your singing isn't better, I will eat my words. If you don't perform better, I will absolutely come on here and say I was wrong. Now, is this going to fix your technique? Maybe. Maybe. It depends. When is your technique breaking down? Is it breaking down because you don't know how to do it? In which case, it's not really a breakdown, is it? Or is it breaking down because of physical fitness? This is free. No one's charging you for this. And requires very little time investment. And you're going to see a major difference in how your body reacts to a low oxygen situation. If you think about it, taking a breath and then singing like 8 phrases in a Mozart aria, that's a hypoxia challenge. It's a challenge for your whole body to try to perform well in this state where it feels like maybe it's going to die from not having enough air. You can do these breath holds when you're resting, or what I recommend, what I've been doing that has made a huge difference for me, is I call up a buddy 3 times a week, and we do some rather light cardio, and our version of cardio is like push-ups and skipping and just calisthenic movements mostly, or some light exercise-ish movements, and we do them while only breathing through our nose and trying to get the heart rate up to where it's not resting. We're not resting, but we're not pushing ourselves either. You know, we could do this for a long time. We do 2 breath holds after that. And then we do rounds of sort of harder exercise. So more push-ups and jumping and, walking like a crab across the floor and kettlebell swings. And, I throw in some pull-ups or chin-ups. These kinds of activities. And then our goal is to get the heart rate almost up to the point where we want to start breathing through our mouth. Almost to the point where it's, kind of hard to have a conversation. Then we do our breath holds again in that state. What I've found from training my breath in this way is that, one, it has helped my technique even when I'm sort of rested and relaxed. But also, it seems to have diminished the problems, the deficits I incur when I'm anxious about my performance. And you may notice as you're doing these breath holds that your feelings of kind of gasping for air on the stage or feeling anxious about your performance are really closely related to this feeling of not being able to breathe. And that if you discipline yourself and you spend time with that, your numbers start to go up on your stopwatch. So you get from, when I started, after these more difficult sets of exercise, I had like 0 seconds. I was not really able to hold my breath there. And now it's up to often like 15 seconds, even with my heart racing. And then the second one is like 25 seconds. And my buddy's doing like 30 seconds and he's sometimes even over a minute. We're both getting the benefits, even though he's so much better at this than me. Or, as I like to say, I can hold my breath way faster than he can. So, yeah, I would say do these, and if you can, get a partner so that you're actually doing them and not just talking about doing them, but not really doing them. And that will also kind of inspire you to push yourself a little bit. I've tried some devices that you can get like this, which are meant to be to train your breathing, just to be stronger, you know, strengthen the diaphragm, strengthen the intercostals, and all the muscles involved with breathing. And maybe someone out there has a solution for the problem I found with this kind of device, and that my friend also found, which is that, yeah, it works by, you put it in your mouth, and it gives you some resistance for both inhaling and exhaling, and you can adjust that resistance. And in concept, I found that this is a good idea, and I would really like to train this way, you know, because the stronger you are at inhaling, for instance, the easier it is for you to inhale when nothing is stopping you. And the better you are at generating pressure with your breath, then the easier it is for you to do that for a long period of time without getting tired. The issue is that this thing sends a really dry, fast stream of air right to the back of your throat, and I experienced a lot of like irritation from that, which was kind of negating any of the benefits. So if anyone out there has a way to have this spirometer effect, I mean, it doesn't measure, but it gives you the same resistance as a spirometer. But both of these devices, you know, in this and a spirometer, as far as I know, involves breathing in through your mouth, and because of that resistance there, it's going to send that dry, irritating air back there. And that may not be an issue if you're using it to get better at sprinting or whatever, but if you're a singer, this is kind of counterproductive. So if anyone has experience with that, I'd love to hear from you. But what I can give you now, and I guarantee, take the 45-day challenge. Do 6 of these breath holds every day, minimum 6. And you will absolutely see improvements in your performance. And especially, you will see a reduction in the difference between how you perform under pressure and how you perform when you're practicing by yourself.